I want to take a minute to talk about the American education system. I don't do a lot of talking about politics or religions or science when it comes to this. It's really more just a day-to-day thing. And don't worry, it'll all tie in a minute. I need to get you there. The American education system is garbage. I think you really learn everything you need to know in life around the 8th grade. I found in high school that I was taking Latin. It was a long since dead language even when I was in high school. So why are we teaching this? Why are we not teaching how to balance checkbooks or budget or prepare for the real world? You're trying to teach me trigonometry or geometry. You're trying to teach me political sciences and history. And they try to say if you don't learn your history, you're doomed to repeat it. But I find no fact in that whatsoever. The education system is really, I think, from say kindergarten to say high school, free babysitting for parents. Not that the parents take advantage of that because the kids skip. It's not like the parents got together and it's like, here's what we're gonna do. It's a much bigger thing at play. See, K through 12 mean absolutely nothing. It's college you need to be worried about. And as somebody who dropped out of high school, went back in 2003, got a GED, passed it with flying colors, and went on to become a 4.0 college student on my way to my communications degree, I can say this with some certainty. Unless you get financial aid and you go to a 2-year community college, that's pretty much where it stops. After that, if you want to do anything, you need a bachelor's degree or a master's degree or a doctorate. To get that, you've got to take out student loans. That means you're going to be paying these student loans forever. I saw a meme the other day. There was just a girl. She said, I borrowed $26,000 for school. I've paid back $28,000 and I still owe $45,000 just from late fees and interest and penalties. You'll be paying that forever. And we drill into our heads, go to school, get an education, get a good job. And these things sound like they make sense. But unless you have a rich family who's going to pay for you to go to school, you'll be paying back your student loans forever. Like, forever. You'll get a good job and they'll just take a nice cut of it to the point that you're not even making much. For example, not going to call anybody out, a member of my family got a real good job making over $30 an hour. But between student loans and insurance and all this other stuff that they have to pay, they may as well be working minimum wage part-time somewhere. And it's really sad when you have a job where you're, 30 bucks plus an hour and you also have to have a small part-time job on the side. It's ridiculous. My sister won't throw all her business out, but she's been working most of her adult life to become a teacher. Now she's a teacher. Congratulations, but you also get summers off. You've also got all these debts you've got to pay back. You're going to be paying them back to the day you die. All the money you think you make, you're not really making. Meanwhile, somebody like me, and I'm not here to say that my way is the best way. I'm saying it worked for me. I didn't finish college. I went about a year and a half. I'm some credits away from an associate's degree, but an associate's degree won't really do much for you these days. I'm between jobs, and even before this, I was making slightly above minimum wage, but I don't have any student loans to pay back. I don't have any debt or creditors coming after me to chop my check into thirds and take their cut. The money I make is just the money I make. And in that regard, the American education system is vastly flawed because people will be going to school forever to get good jobs, to be paying back going to school forever. Or you could just get a little job. Or you could just get a regular job. Or you can get married and you can both get jobs. Like here in our home, for example, where we live modestly, we have all the things that we want and we need. But we broken it down to if everybody works 20 hours, we're good. Like right now, poor Asia. Oh, there's Asia now. Hey, baby.
Oh, Mickey.
You're not
Well,
naked.
naked.
Uh, Asia now is pulling in like 30 hours a week at her job, which is borderline full time. And right now, it's really the only thing sustaining us. But if I were to get a part time job, say 25 hours, well, now that's 50 hours in a week. And that's more than a full time job of any average person. And it allows us to be able to spend time together because, 8 hours a day, 3 days a week, that's, 24 hours. That's gives us 4 days to just be together, and it's working for us. I've always said that the American dream is a lot easier than people make it seem. Get a job, get a place, be. That's it. And right now, we're kind of in the be portion because, we're here and we're together and we're happy and, we're struggling a bit as far as extra money is concerned. And Asia, sometimes she has to wash clothes out by hand, or sometimes we have to use dishwashing liquid to do the dishes, or like laundry soap to do dishwashing liquid would be for dishes. But sometimes we've kind of got to improvise. Sometimes we have to buy the dollar store brand as opposed to the big name brands. So but we're getting by, and it's the three of us, and we're content here. When I say we're content here, our apartment could be better. It's not the apartment itself, it's the location. It's kind of some of the people that we're dealing with. But I don't feel as though my position would be better if I had gone to college for years and got a good job. Because I'd just be paying back student loans, and then I'd be like, man, I can't believe I make $27 an hour, but by the time I pay back a student loan and try to pay off this debt and the interest fees and the late fees and the penalties and the fines, I'm really only making like $9 an hour. Or now, in California, minimum wage is $10, which is a living wage. It's not even a whole lot, but it's enough for us to get by. And if just two of us is working part-time, it's more than what we need. So imagine if all three of us were. There was a time when all three of us were working, not only working, but in the same place. And it was so much money coming in. It was just, everything was taken care of, and things were going forward well. Then Kari and I lost our jobs through no fault of our own. I have no ill will towards VF Outlet for that. But now it's just poor Asia holding it down. But to be honest, towards the tail end, I was only getting 16 hours a week. Kari was only getting 16 hours a week. And Asia was getting 10. So it's like that was 32 hours between me and Kari. And then with Asia, that was 42. So again, that was a full-time job. Now Asia's getting 30. So we're missing about $200 every 2 weeks like that we had these plans for. But we're still getting by. And none of us have these big fancy college educations. None of us, went to the best school in the best country and graduated in the top percentile of anything. It's like, dude, I was a high school dropout. Asia skated through homeschool. I know because I helped her with her homework most of the time, and we just looked in the answer key. Because none of that crap matters. None of it. You could give me a test on American history right now, and I'd fail it horribly. I don't know. Because they're teaching you things that don't matter for the sake of saying it's education. Teach me how to, balance a budget. Teach me how to keep my household together. Teach me life skills. Don't be teaching me, calculus. What the fuck is that for? Anyway, I digress. This has gone on way longer than I wanted it to. I'm prepping for a big time interview tomorrow at a security gig, and then I've got another one this coming Tuesday. I'm feeling good about this one tomorrow in particular because she wants all my paperwork up front. She's like, bring your guard card, bring your social security card, bring your birth certificate, bring your ID, bring your diploma or your GED, bring it all so we can start the background check. That to me says they don't go through all of that unless they're interested. So here we go. And then Tuesday, I'm really looking forward to that because it's a loss prevention job. That means closed circuit TV and watching people steal. And as a former criminal, I know exactly what to look for. So I think I'd make the ideal candidate for that. Seriously. But again, I digress. I'm going to kick back, relax, try to enjoy the rest of the evening with my woman. She works in the morning. I've got this big time interview. I'll probably be back home by 1, 2. You know, that poor woman still has to work. I feel so bad for her. I do. But, yeah, the education system sucks. I feel real bad for people who's like, I've got a master's degree and I can't make ends meet. Like, wow, really? Sucks.